the Prince of Hell. Thalya had reached Termite Island. The time had come to begin preparations for the attack on Doloran and Yaina Overproud. Lakesville fell like a sandcastle under the feet of a 4-year-old, and afterwards was plundered, in accordance with age-old custom. Yet as satisfying as it was just a little fish in a great big ocean of good. For the hydrophobic evil had, from the start, planned to capture the city's amazing fleet, which, as opposed to the Horde ships, did not sink like rocks. And so it was that Thalya's creatures were driven aboard and the sails were hoisted. As the smoking ruins of the city slowly disappeared below the horizon behind them, the ship set sail for Termite Island. Even if no one actually saw the impressive sight, as everyone, hey, I said everyone, was focused on the new target. The aforementioned island was the seat of the magician Yaina Overproud. Yaina was pretty and kind-hearted, and therefore, naturally, absolutely despicable. And if that weren't already enough reason to deal with her, she was also one of Tanos's buddies. Yaina ruled from Doloran. Ah, Doloran, home of arcane magic and high finance alike. Disgusting. Upon landing, the leisurely Evil's army slowly made their way to the financial capital. Yet it would be a good idea to acquire additional, even more powerful allies before facing Yaina.
Yaina is a reference to World of Warcraft, same thing with Dalaran. Dalaran. But Yaina is just Jaina Proudmoore. Took me a little bit to remember, and then it's like, oh right, J, Y,
Thalya
switch them
and the
around.
remains of the cold-blooded Evil's army had reached Termite Island. Here the egotistical magician Yaina Overproud ruled over her magical financial stronghold of Doloran.
I'll take care of this witch in short order. We'll just build up an army and beat on everything we see, just the way we did before. It's always worked until now, whereby the question arises, what the hell kind of a strange room is that? What's it good for?
In fact, that was an excellent question. Naturally, it was a... wait a moment. Yes, actually, it was a hellhole. A hellhole is a portal directly to hell. What do we need that for, you ask yourselves? Another excellent question. Ah, here. Because we want to summon a pit fiend, of course. The demonic and savvy evil plan to lead a pit fiend to Doloran in order to have an ace up its sleeve in the fight against Yaina Overproud. An ingenious plan, I must say.
Okay, pit fiend sounds good. I can see him now. This guy with muscles of steel and... whatever. How do we do this?
Well, first we need a few ingredients, which we then, for the sake of simplicity, just throw into the hellhole. We need corpse dust. However, it has to be from Termite Island, so we can't just scrape it off our zombies, but have to organize some from local graveyards. And toenails? That's simple. Oh, from a centaur. Fortunately, these primitive beings should have a few camps around here. What a coincidence. Besides that, we also need some worm slime. Ugh, just saying it makes me shudder. And spider legs. We'll probably find those kinds of creatures here in the underground. Probably a lot sooner than the tense evil would like. Oh yes, and it also requires a couple of well-aged, but unfortunately live heroes too. They're not likely to let themselves be thrown in there just like that, so we need a plan.
We can think about that later. The other things will be easier to get. Through fair trade? Through killing.
Okay, well, first and foremost, I'm gonna start by mining. Considering how many goodies we've got around here, I guess there's no reason why I should get those. I'll fill them in later. Okay, so it actually looks like we've got a fair number of goodies in this general area. I'm just going to avoid overmining things that I don't necessarily need. Looks like we only have one entrance, so chances are we're not going to get attacked too often. Well, what do I got? I got 3. Do I have any? Yes, I do have some evil. So what do I have for an army? We've got Nox Geek, which is just going to be... So we've got Zazzlewrath now. Let's see. These 3. Can I rename Thalya? So I can. I can rename her to Nope. Why not? Alright, let's see. So, we want to get a couple of Nagas.
Oh.
And just dump them out the hole. Let's see. And then the other thing we're going to do is just get some little snots.
I am the...
Not too interested in spending too much time up in the overworld
Malicious
for a little bit.
creatures are marching across Termite Island. Men, and of course women, stop them for the Alliance. Well, not the Alliance, but the Alliance of all good folk, and so, you know what I mean. Anyway, stop them for the goddess.
Whoops! Apparently the heroes weren't as stupid as they looked and had noticed the pitter-patter and banging in the underground. As if that weren't enough, Yaina Overproud herself was there.
Excellent. That saves me a lot of time and work if I can defeat her right here.
Easy there. We really don't have the kind of budget that lets us burn a story character in a single map. Besides, it was necessary to stop the marching heroes, and then, immediately following a stay in the dungeon's own hotel, Le Prison, sacrifice them to the hellhole.
Okay. I almost kind of wish this game did the... Uh-oh.
I am the Queen of Evil.
It almost worked out. We lost 1 orc. I'll live. Oh, and we're under attack. Should probably go fix that. Fix,
There are
deal with,
enemies in
bit
your
of both.
dungeon.
So we want to... Well, I guess we've already got a graveyard right off the bat, so some of these corpses can just go straight into, filling up my army.
All that is good.
There we go. Yes, ragdoll for me. Several warriors. Well, yeah, now that I've got the Island of Evil, I can be a little bit more, homebody-y. I just wanted to get that initial income. Especially because it's pretty out of the, far out of the way, so we really don't have to worry about anybody...
It's payday.
Coming after my dungeon through that direction. Let's see. Let me see. How do I want to do this? Fill some of these things in. We might as well get rooms out of the random holes they were making in favor of getting resources. Let's see. Money's looking good. Money's looking real good. Yeah, losing that orc kind of sucked. Oh, we actually lost 2 people. We didn't lose Zazzlewrath. We lost one of our Nagas. It's a bit more expensive. Well, let's up the number of dudes we've got. So let's get 1 more orc, 1 more Naga. Okay. I was gonna say a bit of everything, but it's really not a bit of everything, but that's okay. Okay, fill this out. Keep looking for stuff to do. I wouldn't mind increasing my workforce a little bit further. We'll have to wait on that one. Oh, now that I've actually increased the amount, we need 8 beds. So, hopefully, just doing that should solve that problem. We'll want some imps to start getting magic. And this time I'm probably going to get the brewery set up ahead of time, as opposed to after the fact, because, well, that was kind of an annoyance that I do not want to deal with again. Luckily, I only need, like, one. Let's see. Am poor. Okay, whatever. We'll start on that in a bit. Do I not have a... I don't have a Tinker's Workshop. Okay, so Tinker's Workshops are 3 each. So... I'll just get 3 along the way. See, when expanding rooms, you can just left-click on the floor instead of going to the Rooms tab. Oh, really? How? Oh, that's how. Okay, that's neat. I'll deal with that later. The hotkeys work just about as fast. Yeah, we gotta get the create a mat going.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Let's see. So there are. Not much,
Die.
though.
Much like the Hero Academy on Newbie Island, Termite Island was a place frequented by aspiring adventurers. When rumors of a newly opened dungeon made the rounds, many heroes came from all over the island. These would be unpleasantly surprised to encounter not a nicely balanced beginner's dungeon, but the cruel evils complex and trap-riddled caves instead.
Oh. I see why that's not progressing there. We've got a gold thing. Okay, so we're starting working on boxes, so that way we can get the beer going. A lot of little gold veins along the way here. Oh. Never actually did go this way, and it looks like there's some kind of big opening out there. Not mine that out. Let's see. Yeah, no reason to.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
More? Really? Yeah, at some point I'll figure out like a proper trap setup, but I don't really have a whole lot of reason to right now. And yeah, these guys are dying. I don't know why they were all in such a convenient location to repel that attack, but ain't gonna question. Let's see. I've got a lot of these out here. I'm just gonna... I'm gonna try and avoid over-digging too much. Let's see. So this will give me enough space for 1. Maybe 2. So let's expand that over. I guess actually... I'll just go with the original plan of expanding this. What's over-digging? Good point. At some point, I should do one of these where I actually just open up the entire dungeon and just have the separate facilities be their own, kind of rooms and, like, their own buildings underground, I guess?
It's payday.
Luckily, we don't have to worry about structural stability in the slightest here. Okay, so this is... we still don't have enough... Probably because we do not have enough, little snots. Okay, so I'll have 2 of those. Yeah, luckily you can have, like, these little diagonal wall sections, so I don't have to worry about it too much.
A giant worm has nested in the dungeon.
That's a concern. I don't really want to fight that yet. Ever. Yet. We have multiple. Never mind. Okay, have to actually address this problem as opposed to just ignoring it. Let's get another Naga.
Oh.
Let's deal with the worm.
Ouch!
It'd be nice if I could actually see what its HP was. Holy!
Hasta la vista, baby.
The hell? Worm slime. Oh, this is worm slime. That's not centaur toenails. That's wrong. Well, alright, so that's one problem solved. I'll go for that in a second. Let's see. Huh. Hey, we have just enough to get our first brewing section. I'll fill the rest of the room just so we have storage spaces for it. I am not falling prey to the same problem that I ran into last time. I am going to be prepared. For better or worse. Okay. So now that we've got that kind of solved. Yeah, you guys look
Evil
fine.
comes from above.
I'm gonna get Pantess out of the way. At least the worm kind of...
Staging post would be required before any heroes could be sacrificed to the hellhole. Undefeated heroes would be rather uncooperative, but dead ones would be of no help to the bored evil. The solution was obvious. A prison had to be built. The always wanted to be a prison guard evil immediately began to research and build one.
Okay, so we'll have to figure out a prison later. We got worm... Oh, spider legs is the other thing that we got to get our hands on. Okay, so these guys are starting to get hurt. Should probably get a... We really should probably get a library up in this. Let's see. Can I research one? So that's the prison. It's not so bad. But yeah, we need a lecture hall. Lecture halls are 3x3, so 3...
There are enemies in your dungeon.
No. Do I have any, like, properly small locales that I can use? Not immediately.
Throw me at the enemy.
Kind of wish it actually would do, like, concussive damage. Dropping all of my dudes on my foes. Let's see. Gotta be an easy spot. I guess there kind of is. Cause yeah, all I need is like a 3x3 room here. The problem is, this whole area is just kind of awkwardly designed, which I don't appreciate. Let's see, I should put the prison right next to the entrance to demoralize the heroes. Sure, why not? Yeah, so when I said I don't want to overgrind, turns out that's actually a bad idea purely from the perspective of did I say overgrind? I meant overdig. Overdigging is actually kind of a good thing because that's how we end up with all these really sweet kind of natural rooms. And instead I've got a bunch of these like really awkward, scraggly corners. And like pathways and passages that I don't really like. Okay. So we're filling that in. So let's get the lecture hall. Except for, now that I'm thinking about it, this is maybe a mistake. The bigger the lecture hall, the more space. Screw it. Here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna reorganize things. we'll have multiple. Okay, so now while we're at it, first and foremost, we've got to increase the Naga's healing. That is the most important thing in the game. And let's get another little snot. There is no reason why I should not be actually going out of my way to max the amount of little snots out, because they get me free money. Okay, so let's get the next one in here. That'll give me a whole lot of potential for research. Okay, so we've already got 14 beer. Which is helpful. So I'm just gonna dig across the top there. Natural walls. Oh, that's why that isn't getting dug out. I was wondering about that. Oh, do I have to manually pick these up, don't I? And sacrifice them manually.
It was done. All of the requisite worm slime had been collected. Oh my, I saw this documentary about liposuction one time, and this stuff was... Oh, just forget it. Another challenge mastered by the repulsive evil.
I was like, why are these just sitting around? I was really hoping my little snots would take care of it, but no, I have to manually sacrifice.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Hi.
Oh.
Okay, so we've got a problem over here. Got a whole mess of spiders, really. It'd be nice if I could actually put waypoints within the dungeon instead of just picking my guys up and throwing them around. I want to say that's actually how it worked in the previous game, but like,
Death to the heroes!
it'd be nice if I could actually be like, hey, you know, assuming that you don't have anything major to do, meet at this staging area, and then leave, because...
The nomadic evil had torn off the first spider leg, just what it needed for the hellhole. It carelessly threw the rest of the spider and the remaining 7 legs aside.
See, can the little snots be renamed? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, no, it does not look like I can rename my little snots. Oh, damn.
Just wait.
These spiders are actually kind of killing me. Yeah, we lost Orgak. Unfortunately, I don't know if you can revive dead orcs. I mean, luckily it's not that expensive, but it does suck. Try clicking on a little snot and renaming it that way. Nah, just pick it up.
Your dungeon heart is under attack.
Oh, shit. I was not expecting the spiders to be so dangerous. Part of the problem is when you're inside the dungeon, especially when it comes to dungeon mobs, your healers will not actually heal each other. Okay, wage reduction. Normal. Well, where's my banshee? There she is. Seeing as the banshee has nothing else. No other needs. I might as well specifically make it so that she's frugal, so I don't have to think about that. Okay, is that that looks like every spider leg?
Done. All of the spider legs have been tossed into the hellhole. The spider-hating evil had mastered the assignment without even breaking a sweat.
Let's see. So once they're done with this area, we'll figure some other things out. Let's see. Luckily, most things are kind of working out. We've got plenty of beer. We should probably... fill some of this stuff in. Gonna kind of destroy that, because we want this spot here. For things. Okay, so let's make it so these don't fill in. Okay, there we go. Because, yeah, I need this space along the way soon. Let's see. Horde can be revived in the crypt. An undead building you don't have yet. Oh! Needs a non-free undead to work it until you get magic ones. Cool. I will keep that in mind, because that actually sounds really helpful. Okay, so let's get a proper workshop.
Payday.
So we can actually get some traps up in here. We don't need much, but I'd like to get beds. Okay, so on the topic of other things that I'd like to do here, let's get that prison in. I assume they'll just leave the prison alone.
No prison had yet been erected in the nameless evil's gloomy realm. It sullenly beat one of its little snots into finally getting started.
The timing of the narrator, as soon as I say go make a prison, they say that. I wonder if it's actually timed to kind of react to me building a prison. It's like, took you long enough, effectively. But, you know, obviously snarkier.
The first prison had been built. Now, heroes could be imprisoned when they were defeated. This was not only important for sacrificing the heroes the hellhole so desperately wanted, but also because each hero generated some evilness at the end of their stay.
Exactly. Let them stew and rot in prison, the miserable do-gooders.
Something our quick-tempered protagonist obviously desired. The very best thing, though, was the fact that any heroes that died in prison became skeletons. The necrotic evil immediately wanted to try this out, of course.
Okay, well, first and foremost, let's sacrifice them.
Be prepared to make a sacrifice evil threw another hero into the hellhole.
For the absolute evil!
Okay, so El the Frugal is injured, one of the zombies is injured. Okay, so that's... we don't have to worry about anything here. We might actually want to increase the size of the prison. Let's see, so... yeah, so it looks like every adventure
Maybe we should see what happens when we throw a few of these elves with the swords into the hellhole.
Why? Is that some sort of secret recipe?
Recipe? No idea. But it sounds like fun. Damn fair-skinned elves. Oh, but in the end, they are related to us. Psst. Those tree-cuddling hippies have nothing in common with us dark elves.
The listening closely evil was informed that the demons of the hellhole might be interested in trading a handful of priestesses of the light for one of their female demons. This sounded like a very interesting trade indeed. A hero disappeared into the hellhole with a long, drawn-out "Ah!" and an almost reckless disregard for gravity.
Wow, that's a reference for a game I have not seen or heard of since the freaking steamed potato thing. I don't know if you guys remember, it was... I want to say it was pretty close to the... oh yeah, it was leading up to Portal 2's release. They had this like giant potato thing. Event. That was years ago. How do I trade the succubae in, by the way? I have no idea. Yeah, steamed potato thing. I don't even remember anything about it apart from the fact that it was weird. It was hella weird. That was a long time ago, too. Damn. Well, life